What is up, guys? Diplex here again. Welcome back to Totaler Krieg. Hope everyone's had a good day and that you're excited for the battle that is about to begin. Before we get stuck in, here's a quick message from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by The Ridge. The Ridge offers high quality and minimalistic wallets available in a variety of different colors and awesome materials. I received one in carbon fiber and one in black titanium. They both look amazing and contain absolutely everything I need to have in my wallet, with space for even more cards. What I really like about these wallets is that they streamline and simplify your pockets, removing room for unnecessary junk paper and receipts, which you can get online most of these days. They also have a really cool tactical and militaristic look. They just don't look like a regular wallet. Adding and removing cards to your wallet is just as easy as it looks, and the sturdy build keeps all the cards secure inside. I really hope you'll take a look at the site linked in the description box below. There are so many variants of this wallet and they all have their unique feel and look. I'm sure you'll find something that you like. They also come with a lifetime guarantee. I really appreciate their product and the quality of their work, and I hope you will too. Thanks again to The Ridge for sponsoring this video. Alright guys, let's get to the battle. Thanks again to The Ridge for sponsoring the video. So, we are here in Berlin, the year is 1945, and today's battle is very special. We're gonna see if thousands of Soviet soldiers can successfully capture the Zoo Tower. Now, this is a flak tower nicknamed Zoo Tower because it was built in the Berlin Zoo in the year of 1941, I do believe. It was demolished several years after the war, and yeah, this is what it looks like. In German, it's Flakturm Tiergarten, yeah? Jawohl. And, oh boy, it's a hefty piece. So, it's going to use its flaks to target Soviet aircrafts. They've got troops all over the tower, below it, and on top of it that are ready to hold out till their last breath. We also have some defenders here by the stairs, and we have troops commandeering exterior trenches around the perimeter, but we do also have Soviets closing in by the minute. So this tower is going to be completely surrounded by the end of the battle, and we're just gonna have to see if all the available Soviet troops will be enough to capture the tower and kill all of its defenders. This is just gonna be one of those crazy special battles, and of course this is Totaler Krieg. If you want to see more, let me know. Now let's get the battle started. Battle is on, as you can tell. Armor supporting the infantry can be seen just entering the battlefield, taking lots of fire, though. One KV-2 was brought down by the Panther outside before it eventually succumbed to the might of the Soviet armor present here today. It does seem like a Panzer Shrek here is just tearing up some of the Soviet armor. He is nicely placed next to a tree, surrounded by a few fellow German soldiers. Further back here, we have another firing line, MG42, and just a various array of weapons. A radio soldier with a K98 ready to call in supporting artillery. This is during the final days here, during the Battle of Berlin. So these German soldiers will be fighting to the death, and the Soviet numbers and might is just overwhelming right now. Let's have a look over here at the Soviet side of things. Two commissars leading the charge here. Plenty of guards, rifle, infantry moving in. You can see here the Soviets from down below battling the German defenders up in the tower. It's a rather spectacular view, something we rarely get to see in Men of War in general. Totaler Krieg just brings a whole new experience to the table. That's why I absolutely love this mod. If you guys want to see more Totaler Krieg gameplay, let me know. See all the bullet impacts here by the wall. But the Germans are holding their ground. More Soviets attacking from a different approach now. So the Soviets are surrounding this tower by the minute. More and more will be coming in from all directions. So it's only a matter of time here until it's surrounded. But the question is, can the infantry up top hold their ground? We right now have a Stug, which just absolutely eliminated an IS-2. I'm actually a little bit shocked. It does seem like the ISU down here below is down as well. So the Germans won't go easy, that's for sure. Soviet infantry now just clearing the outskirts here on this side. We have a few German soldiers still hiding in various craters and behind debris falling from the tower. It's a marvel he's still alive. He's just facing overwhelming odds. More infantry coming in as well. We do have a radio operator back here calling in friendly artillery, so that's going to shell the Soviets attacking. Do excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, a slight sore throat today, which is why I haven't really uploaded any earlier. I'm going to try and have the game speak for itself. I'm not bored, I'm not tired, it does hurt a tiny bit speaking, but I hope you guys can enjoy this game without me speaking non-stop. I think some of you might even enjoy it even more. So, and do enjoy the moment here. German artillery now hitting some of the Soviets advancing, getting ever closer to the tower itself. There does seem to be a few German survivors. This guy's still alive here in this little crater trench. I find that quite surprising, but there we go. He's shot dead, hit in the face. But Soviet armor has been eliminated. It does seem like some Soviet artillery, perhaps even tanks further out, are now targeting the troops up on the tower itself, so they're going to try and deal with all the wall defenders there, sort of defending the various balconies here around each pillar. The flaks are still active. They're right now reloading. The elevators here are modeled after the real thing. This tower is actually completely realistically modeled and made after the real zoo tower in Berlin. So it's a beautiful model, absolutely outstanding. We have big stairs here that can be used. These are the stairs Soviet infantry will try and storm up. We have a lot of troops up here hidden and just covering, ready to meet the attackers. Flaks right now reloading. So yeah, these are ammunition elevators. You can't store ammo up on top in case you face a air assault. If any of the depots are hit, you're going to face massive casualties up on top and destroy essentially all your guns. So ammo is transported using elevators here. I think that's very, very cool. So this Stug, this assault gun out here, is not destroyed, but it is immobilized. It has, however, dealt with all the Soviet armor that approached it from the front, and I have to say it's rather impressive. An ISU-152 and two IS-2s just completely brought down to a regular German assault gun. Nothing over the top. I find that just absolutely marvelous. More infantry coming in, and these are soldiers part of a Guards Rifle Division, perhaps even Guards Armored Division. I can't really tell you to be exact, but that is the infantry we're using. Definitely experienced Soviets from fighting on the Eastern Front, but I do say the Germans withdrawn here to Berlin during this fighting is probably a little more so hardened. Of course, there were a lot of Volkssturm and a lot of raw recruits who hadn't seen much combat defending Berlin at the time, since the Germans took so many casualties. But a flak tower like this, a hardpoint, would definitely see men with a lot of experience defending it. Of course, we do have a few more positions outside the flak tower itself, still holding. There's a lieutenant with a few of his men defending what's left here of a AA position outside. It has seen some action, so that flak is destroyed. And right now we just have a few men out here defending. the men dressed in black here are not SS. They are actually Sturm pioneers. So this could be what's left over of an engineer unit. We do seem to have 2 engineers up here with the backpacks and whatnot. And down here we have a commander using a PPSH. So this is definitely an Eastern Front veteran. Many German soldiers did swap to the PPSH because there was more ammunition available during the fighting on the Eastern Front. So that wasn't entirely uncommon. They're still holding here. Soviet infantry still advancing. I think they're focusing on the second approach here, though. It's very open and unprotected. We're getting closer to the wall. I'm gonna have to commandeer some of these troops later on to actually get them into action. We might even start with that now. We have troops coming in here as well. They're just taking so much artillery fire sent in by the spotter up there. So I think it's about time we start commandeering some of our beloved comrades over here. We're gonna send them in squads. We'll send up some up here to the high ground, and we'll start making our way around the tower. Now, do keep in mind there's going to be a lot of Germans among the debris here, a lot of Germans in the craters hiding behind various tank obstacles. We're going to start seeing muzzle flashes here and there. This is so cool. And that assault gun has an MG34 up top that it's going to use gladly. Artillery being directed as well. We have a commissar back here, even more than one. Oh, man. That did not work out as intended. They're forced to pull back, but more reinforcements are on their way. We're also waiting for... Oh, look at this. It does seem like another element has fought their way through the German defenses. That can be found in the mist back there, and they have finally made it up to the flank here. They're going to start engaging that flak, or that Stug, sorry, in an attempt to knock it out. 2 missed shells. But it is unable to turn. Tracks have been disabled, so that's not going to do any more damage now. Hit by an ISU-152, and it is knocked out. We do have a lot of German infantry in the trenches here, though, so the armor will be supporting the infantry moving up. We also have to clear out these trenches, and now I think this will prove to provide us with some pretty cool close quarter fighting. Grenades being thrown back and forth. Oh, the lieutenant's gonna go down. The rear machine gun on the turret of that IS-2 is gonna knock him out permanently. I just think the Soviet numbers will overwhelm the Germans defending these trenches right now. We have more riflemen moving up. These guys are brave, holding their ground here till the very last breath. Very fanatic infantry. There we go. Shot dead. A few more grenades are going to go out. That might even kill a few more Soviet troops. Yeah, it does seem like one just imploded. All right. Time to bring up some of the armor. Infantry will follow. Okay, so they're moving up over there. How are we doing with infantry here? More coming in? Yes, we're starting to see a lot of numbers gather around this site. Once again, that is to be expected. That's just kind of how the AI works. If there's troops up above, they're going to try and get to them. Now, the AI thinks that the closest way to get to them is by standing here by the wall. And it's theoretically true, but it's not practically true at all. It's actually probably the furthest away, since moving closer to the stairs would actually get them closer to their enemy. They're on their way, so we're going to send up some big squads of infantry. We might even try and get some men around the left side. Now, this is a kill zone, because there's a lot of Germans hiding and defending this flank. But we're going to have to give it a go. We can't just neglect it entirely, and it does seem like another company of troops have arrived. So we're going to have thousands of Soviets under our command today. I do love having troops under our command. It makes the It makes the battle come to life more. It actually makes the player, which in this case is me, come to life more since I'm actually put in charge. I love being put in charge of infantry and armor. I love knowing that my choices will have an impact on the game. It makes me more involved. It makes any player more involved. Although for a competitive purpose or more of a showcase purpose, when putting two units or factions up against each other, not controlling them makes for a more fair experience when the viewers want to see what's better or who will win, you know. But in an historical battle like this, when we're meant to storm the flag tower, it shouldn't have much of a negative impact on the experience. It's interesting to see the tanks completely turned around. The what is it, 90 or 105 millimeter guns aren't really being put to use here. I think this could even be close to 120 mil. But I'm no Soviet tank expert, so don't ask me for the correct value of that. Okay, we're being shot from the side here, so we need to actually. The Soviets are a little bit preoccupied with the infantry up top, but in fact the soldiers in the trenches here is our main concern right now. And that was a quick and swift ending. Some of the tanks are going to make sure he's dead. But yeah, we have to clear out the trenches. We don't have to be too worried about any enemy soldiers. We have the tanks focusing their main guns at the tower itself, so we should be pretty safe. But yeah, let's try and clear out the trench, and then we can start focusing on the task at hand, which is to eliminate the defenders and secure the flag tower. Will it work? We'll have to find out. It's going to cost a lot of Soviet lives, that's for sure. A survivor over there. I think what I can do right now is select these guys, disband the squad, and these guys will act on their own. He dead though? Yeah, it seems like they killed him. He's still holding his rifle. That's very rare for a dead soldier to still hold the rifle. I'm worried he might wake up. I'm worried he's just faking it. But he was that's a K98. Who we killed had an MP40, so I think he just kind of disappeared. So I don't think we have to be worried about him regaining life. It's very common though in this mod that soldiers can be like knocked unconscious, temporarily die in a way, you know, from just their damage, and then kind of find a last second of breath to pull the trigger, which of course can cause many casualties. So it's always vital to be very, very careful when clearing out the trenches like this. It can cost you many, many casualties. All right, let's send up the IS-2 a tiny bit more, and the second one here below. Oh, the engines on these beasts are just absolutely insane. Alright guys, I think it's time to start storming the tower now. Let's clear out the stairs first. We're gonna send our first squad up. I think just about that should be good. Yeah, there seems to have been a few Germans here hiding, but they're dead now. We're sending up our first squad. From that high ground, they will be able to, I think, target any Germans hiding in the craters down below. But yeah, that should be our first move. And then let's gather more troops out here. We have a lot gathering up here right now, so let's bring him up to the right side, which is also happens to be the right side here. A whole company's gonna storm now. I think this will just be overwhelming for the Germans up top, but do keep in mind they have the weapons, skill, and positions needed to actually kill just about everyone we're sending up. So this is going to be, it's going to be brutal for sure. It's going to be absolutely brutal. Okay, let's send up 2 big squads, so 2 full squads to begin with. That's a G43 though. Oh, and an MP40 on the opposite side. We're getting a few troops over. Commander's gonna kill the G43 soldier, and that DP machine gun is gonna knock out the MP40. Nice. All right, we're getting our first troops up. We'll disband that squad so that they can act on their own. We'll send more squads up, and they will continue clearing the tower on their own. I'm not sure what that explosion or whatever that sound was down there. Alright, guys. Oorah! Grenades being thrown. Okay, troops are going to start storming up the stairs now. They know there's enemies here. Conserving ammo there, that machine gunner. Shooting his gun in semi. Grenade out, though. That's nice. That's going to open up a window. Thrown back swiftly. Yeah, we're going to keep sending troops up. Like, the amount of soldiers we're getting up the stairs now is just tremendous. We're literally just storming this fort. Or the flag tower, to be correct. Okay, we're getting troops up now. I think the Soviets can handle their own now. I don't think we have to be too concerned. Alright, and also the guys crewing the flags here, let's have them sent out. They should start grabbing weapons. They should start preparing to defend themselves. They don't want to die crewing guns they don't really have any use for anymore. Some are just going to get shot. These guys don't happen to have any small arms themselves. And it doesn't look like the Soviets are taking any prisoners right now. Good shooting there. Have more Soviets coming in from this side. Have we cleared out the tower? No, there seems to be a few Germans over here still standing. Okay, 4 of them. And that's probably the reason why there are so many Soviets kind of close to this wall. Let's grab... Oh, actually, they're moving. There we go. All right, let's bring them up. Let's go. So they're on free move. I wonder if they're going to try and escape. Oh! Well, the tables have turned. The Soviets are definitely at an upper hand now, and I think that is just the very last of the German defenders. None remain, and while it's going to be exciting to take a look at the casualties, it can't be pretty for either of the two factions, but I think the Soviets are the big losers in terms of manpower. We'll mark the Soviet casualties in red, and we'll have the German casualties in yellow. Well, that's seems like a pretty reasonable amount for taking out a flag tower in, like, what, 15-20 minutes? A few hundred dead from both sides. At least a German number of perhaps 80 to 100, but we're looking at 3-4 times that in Soviet casualties. And many bodies have disappeared due to artillery and limits, so there's going to be plenty more weapons on the ground here where there aren't any bodies. So thank you guys for watching this video. Really nice to be utilizing a flag tower. It's really nice to be in back in Totaler Krieg. You know, I love this game, or this mod. It's just my favorite. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.